Jared, thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
What company are you from?
Yeah, so like you said, my name is Jared, and I run Kurtz Monument Company out of Washington, Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool. And you've been using MonuDesk for how long now?
So about 2 months, going on 3, and it's been great so far. I don't really have any complaints as I'm going through this. So yeah.
Okay, and okay, so that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
What did you like? I guess what have you been using before? I think it was another software, right?
Yeah. So before MonuDesk, we were using MB ProBuild, which was okay. I mean, like we spoke previously about it. Before MB ProBuild, it was all Google Docs or paper contracts, which if anyone's in the industry and they've been through that, it can be a bit of a nightmare trying to update customers and, okay, where's the contract? Like, what stage is it in? And, having to go dig through a filing cabinet to find the contract and then get back to the customer. We live in an Amazon Prime society. People want answers right now. They don't want you to have to go dig through a filing cabinet to grab a contract and figure out what stage of the process their order's on.
Okay. Yeah, of course, right? Like everyone's used to it. That's also good that we have the customer portal that you can track orders now. We can talk about that in a moment. But and how much did you pay for the other software?
So the other software I believe is around $300 a month.
And this one? How much?
This one we're at $179.
So like almost half. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess what were things with MB that kind of slowed you down, or what were things where you thought, I wish they would do this, or oh man, this should be a feature, or maybe it takes too long to find an order? Like, what were some things that kind of bothered you?
Yeah, so just more automated services. So MB Pro was great to have everything like on a computer. But as far as, being like automated, like anything you put into MB Pro, it was all based on the person putting it in. So if you put any numbers wrong, which happens, we're all human, we make mistakes. Like it relies on the person inputting the information. Where, where am I going with this? So like time frame, there's a task list, of course, and you'd have to assign different tasks to different employees. We're a very small shop, so there's not much of that happening. So that was kind of like a useless feature. It was just, we had 4 employees using the software, and now with MonuDesk, it's really just me. So it's kind of nice to be able to be hands-on independently with the software. But with MB Pro, everything was in one place as far as it being in the software, but every aspect of an order was in separate places. So you'd have to click on different tabs to get to see this. And then if you click back a lot of times, from my experience, that was kind of annoying when going through and checking to see, like, for example, foundations. Okay, which orders are the foundations completed? I'd have to go into each individual order to check that status. Where with MonuDesk, they're all on one page, and I can just shuffle through on the order page. And if it's in red, I know what that means. If it's green, we're moving on to the next step. With MB Pro, you had to click on each individual order, and then if you went back to the order page, it would go to the first list of orders. I may have been on page 3. And it's small things like that kind of build up to like being a nuance where you would like for it, as I'm using MB Pro, like it'd be so nice if it was all on one page where I could see everything, like all these tasks in one spot, not individually per order, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, true. I see what you're saying, right? Because that adds up throughout the weeks and months of using a software, like all the different clicks and extra minutes or multiple seconds of finding what you're looking for.
Right.
And I guess so. About like 2 months ago, I reached out to you, and I mean, you've been using MB for quite a while.
About
So
3 years to be exact.
how many years?
3 years.
3 years. So when I showed you this, what went through your head? I mean, did you have any concerns on using the app or anything?
I honestly didn't have any concerns. It was more so like exciting to see something different that, these small details in MonuDesk that were always like in the back of my head that I wish MB Pro had, like the automated foundation orders. So for example, the pricing of a foundation, like every cemetery is different, and you can go into MonuDesk and set those prices or those set fees. They automatically pop up with the size of the monument, which is another feature I like about MonuDesk, is that when you're putting in the size of a monument, you have these tabs for specific sizes for that specific order. With the best example I can give about MB Pro, it is a next step forward from going from paper contracts, but not as big of a leap as MonuDesk. So with MB Pro, it's basically the same thing as doing a bunch of paper contracts. It's just on a computer. You're still typing out like the size of the monument, which, and again, they're minor changes, but those minor changes make a big difference with,
True.
automatically creating a foundation price. And, over time, it's going to learn. I know we've talked about the next step features in MonuDesk, where it's going to learn, prices of specific monuments. And that's exciting, where I don't have to pull out the price book and calculate these things for people, because MonuDesk is going to learn these things.
Yeah, with AI. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And well, that is great to hear. So I guess what else did you like about MonuDesk? Like, I know you like the direction where it's going, but what would you say about how do you find the support on this app?
Support's awesome. I think the fact that we can give feedback, there's a tab for feedback. If there's a feature that I want, that I think I would benefit from, I can, type in a little bubble that feature, and then like a week later it's there. And same goes for other monument companies who may see bugs or features that I didn't even think about,
Yeah.
and, in this industry, like a lot of times you do need support from other companies. They may think of something that I didn't think of. And I'm like, oh, wow, I actually, really benefit from this. And the support team is super quick. I mean, having a feature added to a software within like a couple of days is unheard of, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
There's no hoops to jump through to get these features on there. They're just request it, you chat about it, and then it's there.
You can actually get a lot of things done when you grab your developers, put them all in your basement, and don't let them out, and just give them coffee. Just kidding. Yeah.
Coffee,
No, but I know what you're saying. A lot of people say that. Okay, cool. Now let's say to the person who's watching this video, what would you tell that? Like, probably this person is watching this because they're maybe skeptical and they're unsure. Hey, is it worth it? Probably the person who's even watching this also used MB Pro or another app. There's a few out there. What would you tell that person if you just consider the cost and the way how the software flows and all of that?
You have everything to gain and really nothing to lose. You already have a software, and if you're content with that software, I think MonuDesk is going to be another step forward in making your business life a lot easier and more seamless. Give MonuDesk a try. If you hate it, go back to doing what you were doing, and it can take you several hours to get, simple projects done. And if you want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good take. All right, Jared, thank you for your time and your honest feedback. Yeah, a lot of people that share their feedback are coming from a world of paper, and you're coming from another software, right? So it's really good having that other perspective as well.
Oh, if people are coming from paper contracts, this is going to be life-changing. For for us, like MB Pro, it gets the job done. It works there. I mean, but also I should have mentioned this, but with MonuDesk, with everything being in front of me as an individual, it keeps me accountable. So like all of the orders are in front of my eyes. Nothing can really get lost. With MB Pro, all the orders are on like just almost kind of like a spreadsheet, and then there's pages. You know what I mean? So if there's an order that I forgot to send the foundation order out for, it's on page 3. I sold it 4 months ago. The stone's done, great, but the foundation order slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see that order unless I go to page 3, and that order's among other orders that have already been completed. It's lost. So, and that same stuff can happen with paper contracts. With MonuDesk, it's all in front of me, and if that little tab's not green, or it's like, oh, this needs to be done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See. And
You're saying,
smaller shops like us, it's really just me and my wife that deals with the orders, but like I wear a lot of different hats. I deal with sales, all the sales pretty much. I do the logistics, so ordering things, scheduling for monuments to be installed. I do the designs. I'm currently working on our sandblaster again today. So like when you have and you probably know this, when you have a lot of different things going on, it can be easy for something to slip through the cracks. But because I can, I click on MonuDesk and everything's there, it's a lot harder. It keeps me more accountable. Because yesterday I was going through the orders because they're all right there, so it's easy for me to click on. I make sure they're in the right categories of the stages. And there was an order I sold over a week ago, and I never sent them the sketch. So like the drawing to approve, the stone has been ordered. So I saw that. I'm like, I never sent her the drawing. So boom, right then and there, I saw it. I got the drawing completed because there were some slight changes I had to make to it to get her approval, but I never sent it. And because MonuDesk, everything's right there, I saw that, and now she's got a drawing that she can approve. Versus MB Pro, I would have never seen that her drawing needed to be sent. It would have just been something that got lost, and it probably would have never been sent to her until she called to say, hey, it's been 2 weeks, and no one sent me a drawing yet. So like that, and again, it's more of an accountability than it is keeps me on track.
That's huge.
I don't know how else to explain it that way.
Dude, and you've been using this for 2 months. Now imagine how much is is not going under anymore because of this, right? The next few months, years, and so on. That's big.
This is like you took MB Pro and like, you ever seen Pit My Ride, that old MTV show?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But dude, these whips were horrible.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like, but this is like you took MB Pro, which was this rundown, beat up Volkswagen, and then you I don't know, like you added the big flat screen TV in the back. Like, but these are all actually like functioning. I don't know how else to explain it, because like MB Pro does have these features, but they're poorly developed.
Oh my god, dude, you did not say that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my